hope you're doing great. For today's video, we're going to have a look at a song called Hallelujah in My Heart. I got a request via Facebook from someone to have a look at all the grooves that are being used in this song. So before we get started with that though, I want to settle one or two crediting issues. The artist that performed on the original version of this song is called Retief, and he is one of the artists that I drum with quite regularly. So people naturally make two assumptions. Number one, they assume that he was the person that wrote the song, but this is not true. The actual writer of the song is called Francois Lamprecht. Secondly, people assume that I was the drummer on the recording, but this is also not true. The drummer is a good friend and mentor of mine called Bruce Wallace. So all credit to those guys for all the work. Another interesting thing that we might want to bear in mind is Bruce is actually left-handed. So a lot of the patterns and stuff that he uses don't necessarily feel comfortable to a right-hander. So in light of that, I'm going to try and see how I would interpret it with my setup and with me being right-handed. And yeah, I'll try and get as close as possible to what I am hearing him play on the project. I'm going to start with a real-time playthrough of the intro, first verse, pre-chorus and chorus of this song. And after that, we'll have a look at each individual section and break it down, see how we can use the patterns to put together the whole song. Great, here we go. So the first groove we're going to look at is the tom groove that Bruce is using. Basically, he plays his bass drum on all four quarter beats. So your bass drum keeps playing quarter notes all the way. Then the pattern that he uses, I would play in this manner. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and so that's the basic pattern. Let's add the bass drum. So from there, now we just need to add a crash, which he plays every fourth bar, if I remember correctly. So we're going to start with a crash and then play 4 bars and do another crash. same tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, etc., etc. Okay, let's try that more or less at the right tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So then we get to the pre-chorus. Now the pattern that he uses in the pre-chorus varies quite a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and simplify that into more or less a repetitive pattern. Obviously you can expand on that like Bruce was doing on the recording, but the basic pattern for me in the pre-chorus would go something like this. He moves his one hand to the right cymbal, playing eighth notes. And then keeps his bass drum on quarter notes. And the other hand moves around playing the tom sections. Let's do that a little bit slower with counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that's kind of the pattern I would use in the pre-chorus, just to simplify it a little bit. One more time at the real speed. So for the chorus section, Bruce is using 16th notes on the hi-hat, but he's opening the hi-hat quite a bit so that it's nice and washy. And then once more is playing quarter notes on the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And just playing the backbeat on 2 and 4 on the snare drum. So it sounds something like this. I'll do it a little bit slower so you can have a look. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Quite basic really. So he's playing that and then interpreting all the fills the way that he likes his fills. He uses a lot of 16th notes in his fills. For instance, so you can see what he's doing is basically just moving the 16th note pattern, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E, and over to his snare drum or his toms, and then keeping within that same right-left pattern. Right, left, right, left, right. Well, maybe he plays it left, right, that's a possibility. but the way I'm interpreting it is right, left, 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 right, left. So just keeping that pattern. And distributing it around the toms. Easy enough. So now that we've had a look at all the different grooves that are used in the song, we can kind of sort them into where they feature in the different sections of the song. This is the method that I use whenever I need to learn a new song. I have a look at the specific patterns that are used in the song, which are generally 2 or 3 or maybe 4 patterns 90% of the time. So running through the structure of this specific recording, it starts with the intro, which obviously has that first pattern, the tom pattern going. Then the second pattern comes in the pre-chorus with the right cymbal and the left hand playing a tom pattern over the quarter note bass drum going all the way. And then the third pattern is that 16th note hi-hat pattern, which features in the first chorus. So after the first chorus you go back to the intro and once again back to the first pattern, which is the tom pattern happening. So after that intro you have the second verse, which keeps going with the same pattern. Then the pre-chorus after that, back to the right cymbal and one hand playing the tom pattern. And then the chorus, which once again goes back to the 16th note hi-hat pattern. So from there's a key change that happens with the choir singing a feature. During that key change, Bruce keeps the same 16th note hi-hat pattern, maybe with 1 or 2 extra fills, but it's the same 16th note hi-hat pattern. So after that key change choir feature, there's another pre-chorus, but for this pre-chorus, the dynamics of the song drop quite intensely. So instead of playing the right cymbal, the tom pattern and the kick, he takes away the tom pattern and just plays bass drum on quarters and possibly a right cymbal, I can't remember. But that brings down the dynamic quite a bit. And building out of that pre-chorus in the last 2 bars of the pre-chorus, just a standard kick, snare and floor tom 8th note build-up. Cool. And then from there back to the chorus, which, as you guessed it, has a 16th note hi-hat pattern, that third pattern that we looked at. Cool, so he keeps playing that right up until those last 2 bars in the song. At the end of the last chorus, you can hear him go back to the tom pattern, which just establishes something really cool for me in the end. So he plays 2 bars of that tom pattern, nice and dynamic, and then he ends the song. So there you can see how just by looking at 3 basic patterns we have figured out the entire song with all the sections and the whole structure, everything. So I hope you found that useful. Yeah, just as a little bit of insight into how I figure out songs for myself. And then just as a last word for this video, once again I want to thank Zildjian for these low volume cymbals and Remo for these silent stroke heads. They make my life so much easier. Of course Vic Firth, this specific set of Vic Firth sticks has been serving me quite a while. And then Sonar drums, their drums sound amazing. So I hope this video was useful and entertaining, and I hope you can use some of it to enhance and develop your own drumming. Enjoy!